Hey guys, so it is 2021. I've kind of been hemming and hawing what I wanted to talk about this episode. I mean, 2020 was a crazy year for so many different reasons, but I also look back at my 2019 year, and that was a trying year as well, in a very different way. One thing that I do want to say is every year with my coaching business, we all come up with a word, and that word we kind of try to focus our business on, whether we get like bracelets or posters made. We have a sticky where we have that, on our mirror, but it is a word that inspires us, okay? So my word this year is unstoppable. And the reason why I picked that is because I don't want anything to get in my way of my goals this year. I don't want anything to get in my growth of my businesses. I really want to do a financial, huge growth in both of my businesses. And then other aspects of my life, I would like to see some growth as well. But that financially in my businesses and the amount of people I'm helping is what my main goal this year is. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how that looks, okay?
Mom, I need
excuse me, Mom. Mom, excuse me. Mom, excuse me, Mom.
Welcome to Next Stop Crazy Town. This is Juliette Hahn, and I am the host of this weekly pod. I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little glimpse of my crazy world. I'm a mom of 3, and I have 2 crazy boxer dogs. I will have guests some weeks, and some weeks it will just be me, but I will always be talking about uncomfortable things that have happened to me before motherhood or during motherhood. I just want you to know that you are not alone in this crazy world. Things happen that people don't like to talk about. But guess what? I do. I cannot wait for you guys to join me every week just to get a little laugh. And so this quote that I picked is, I really, really think if you listen to it and then sit on it, I want to know what you guys think. So if we don't change, we don't grow. If we don't grow, we aren't really living. And that's so true. Have you guys ever had a season where you just feel like, it's like not bad, it's not good, it's just, you're just kind of moving forward and going through the motions? I have to say, with my kind of personality, those times where I'm just going through the motions, I can't stand. I fucking can't stand it. I really can't. I get so bored with that kind of stagnant life. Like, I just really can't do it. I need to get fired up. I need to have passion. And no, every day you can't have that. That would be exhausting, right? But the way I do run my life and hopefully my family's life is I do new things. Like if I find myself getting stagnant, I'm like, okay, how am I going to change it up? Is it going to be something that I need to change up with my fitness? Is it something that I need to change up with my nutrition? Is it something that I'm being inspired, like I'm being pulled? Maybe I want to invent something. I've gone through those. Or maybe I need to start another business, right? There's times where, and there's not an impulsive act to it. It's more of I want to rattle things and change things. I want to get a little nervous and step out of my comfort zone and start things. And that's where Next Up Crazy Town, I mean, you guys have heard me. That's kind of where I came about getting that started, is because I was feeling stagnant. I was like, yeah, everything's just fine. I'm a little bit bored in life though, and I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. My fitness is good, but I guess I probably didn't love the program I was doing. My nutrition is usually like kind of all over the place. As you guys know, I'm all or nothing. So I was either in a really good spot and I felt good, but it probably was more, I was not in a great spot with my nutrition. So I just kind of felt like, right? So I listened to Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if you guys have listened to his podcast before, GaryVee, and I always get some sort of inspiration from him. And it's really funny because he was talking about, someone asked him like, okay, I'm not passionate in what I'm doing. I don't feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And he gave some advice that I thought was really cool. It was like, okay, if you have to pay the bills, you got to do the 9 to 5, right? You got to do the 9 to 5 to bring the bills in. But from 5 to midnight, you need to start diving into like startups and different things. And that is so important, guys. It's really important. If you're feeling stagnant and you're just not passionate about life and you're just going through the motions, that's not the way you should be living. That's not the way you should be living life. So you should, if you have to obviously pay the bills, like if you can't, you don't have a trust fund or you don't have some money stocked away, you need to get that 9 to 5, right? To pay your bills. But you need to step out of your comfort zone in the hours that you have and find something that's going to give you passion, okay? So that's one of the reasons why I started coaching. I mean, okay, let me backtrack. It's not the reason why I started coaching. The reason why I started coaching is because I was like, oh, I love this product. I can get a discount on it. I can save some money. So that's really why I started coaching. But then I found I had so much passion in helping people. I loved when I would get a text or a phone call from one of my clients that even if they started 2 weeks and they're like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. My husband sees it. My kids see it. I just feel so much better. Thank you for getting me started and giving me the direction, right? So that's what my job is. It's getting you started and getting you the direction. And then I've had these women be like, you know what? I don't love my 9-to-5 job, or I don't love my career right now. I would love to step back and look at coaching. How can I do this? Obviously, there's some that couldn't quit their, 9-to-5 job, but they could add this in. And I'm really good at being able to help you guys do that because I've been doing this now since 2015. I found my groove. I found what works and I found what hasn't worked. Now, what works for me is not going to work for the next person, and maybe it would, but that's why I love having a growing team, because that's what we do together. We jump on Zoom calls, we brainstorm, we mastermind, we talk about how we can grow our businesses. And it's really not so much just about the health and fitness. Like, you don't have to be someone that is in health and fitness. You could just be starting out, but it's a business of relationships. And that's what I love so much. That's what I love about this. It is a business of relationships. So I'm getting to know so many new people on a different level, whether it's through social media, word of mouth, however it is. But it's really cool to always just be learning and connecting and meeting new people and talking to them and seeing their passion and how excited they are to what they're doing, whether it's just, being a customer and just starting their health and fitness journey, or again, doing that coupled with coaching. So they're kind of marrying both together, which is a great way to do it, because it's like, that's why when I started, that's why I became pretty successful at this, because it was like I was keeping myself accountable, but I knew that I had other people that were holding me accountable because they were looking to me to see what I was doing. And that's what kept me going. Because I was like, okay, if it was just me, maybe I would fall off a little bit here and there. But if I knew that there was someone that, also needed my help, it was like, okay, you know what? I can do this. I got to get out of bed. I got to get my workout in because I just told X, Y, and Z that, I was doing it. I don't want to not do it because that's not who I am. I'm a person of my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So that's why I love this community so much. And that's why I wanted to come as my first episode in 2021 and just talk about, do you guys have a word? If you don't have a word, just think it. Sometimes people think it's corny, but it really isn't. Every time I say the word unstoppable, I get fired up. I'm like, yes, motherfuckers, I am fucking stoppable. I am unstoppable. I am going to do really big things this year. Not that I couldn't do them last year, but I'm doing them this year because you know what? The last 2 years have been a very interesting ups and downs. We moved 3 years ago and now I'm ready to be unstoppable. I know what it takes. I know what I need to do and I'm just be moving forward. I am moving forward. I'm not looking back. I know my mistakes that I've made in the past. I don't need to dwell on them or think about them. I'm done. I've thought about it, put them in the past. Now I'm moving forward. And that's what I love. And that's what I want with this podcast as well. I can't wait. I'm going to have some really great new interviews, which is going to be really fun for you guys to hear. I love, again, telling stories and connecting with people. I've gotten emails just recently on my attention deficit podcast, just thanking me for being open and true and talking about it, because not everyone does, right? A lot of times people don't like to talk about their weaknesses, right? But when we talk about our weaknesses, they don't have to be weaknesses. We can find the strengths in our weaknesses. And that's something that I really love. And that's something that unstoppable is what's going to happen, because I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses, but I also know what it takes to get past all of them, right? So I want you guys to think on that. I want you guys to email me your word so I can write it down somewhere. I can keep it. And so I can remind you anytime, right? It can be mid-year. It can be whatever. I can talk about it in my next podcast. And then, as the thing, Susie Joe, her word is compassion. She needs to have more compassion or, something like that. So I want you guys to email me, Juliet, Juliet @nextstopcrazytown.com. Guys, the way I get my podcast out are when people like and share with your friends. So please do that for me. Put a review if you're listening on Apple. I know not all people listen on Apple, but if you listen on Apple, if you could do that, I actually got some really great news about my podcast in Belgium, it is on, the top 100 personal diaries and stories, which I think is so super cool. One week it was number 26, which I was like, yes, I'm connecting with people outside of it's not my bubble because I don't live in a bubble, but outside of my world, which I think is just so freaking cool. And if I can help one person or make one person laugh or make one person kind of think and get a little deeper with themselves, I just love that I can do that. I can make connections. That was a word of mine maybe 2 years ago, connection. And I love that. I love connecting with people. So I want to hear from you guys. Tell me some things that you would also love to hear in 2021. Do you want to hear more mom fails? A ton of those. Do you want to hear more mom wins? Do you want me to talk more about the boxers? Do you want more interviews? Do you want more single episodes? Email me, guys. Juliet at nextstopcrazytown.com. Again, you can find me on all the socials. I am on Twitter, Juliet Hahn. I am on Facebook, Juliet Hahn, Hahn. I am on Instagram, Juliet LYF3 or Next Stop Crazy Town. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on YouTube, Juliet Hahn. So guys, reach out. Tell me what you want to hear. Let's make this fucking year unbelievable. All right? All right, guys. See you next week. Hey moms, I'm talking to you. Do you feel like when you wake up that you did not get a good night's sleep, or 3 o'clock comes around and you're looking for that caffeinated beverage or that sugary snack or your kid's crappy carb snack because you just don't have enough energy? Well, I was there 4 years ago and I actually can help. I changed things in my life that made a huge difference. I became a virtual health and fitness coach. And what I can do for you is I can set you up with a workout program that is on every level. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. You can do it in the gym. You can do it from anywhere. I also help figure out how to balance your diet out with a few simple steps. I help you with recipes, easy, quick, healthy recipes for your entire family. I am doing a special this month. So if you are interested, it's $160 to get in. And what you get is you get me as your health and fitness coach. You get an accountability group with other women that are in the same boat as yourself. I will help you with meal planning and I will help you with recipes. Again, easy and quick and good. I will also just help give you that encouragement to tell you that you can do it on the days that are hard. There's a couple ways you can reach out to me. One is the Google Doc. There is a link that you can fill out and I will get back to you, or you can email me directly at Juliet, Juliet, LYF3 @gmail.com. I look forward to helping you get your energy back and feel comfortable in your skin again. I hope you liked this episode of Next Stop Crazy Town. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and join in every week. For more information, check out nextstopcrazytown.com.